This morning, there's a big development in the opioid crisis.
A new chapter in the fight against opioid addiction.
America's opioid epidemic.
The opioid epidemic.
The opioid crisis.
The opioid crisis.
Our nation's opioid crisis.
The opioid crisis.
Opioids are a class of depressant drugs that include the likes of heroin, morphine, and Vicodin, and are synthesized from the poppy plant, native to Asia. They are used to treat serious pain and are potentially dangerous when misused. In the body, these drugs bind to mu opioid receptors on neurons and inhibit neurotransmitters and disable electrical impulses between nerves, which numbs pain, lowers blood pressure and respiration rate, and causes fatigue. Opiates also flood the brain's pleasure centers with dopamine by deactivating GABAergic neurons, making them highly addictive drugs. Other harmful effects of opiates include nausea, vomiting, constipation, brain and liver damage, and even death. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 17,087 deaths came from overdoses on legally prescribed opiate painkillers in 2016, nearly 40% of all overdose deaths from opiates. Of opioid prescription recipients, some 11.5 million people misused a prescription in that same year. Taking more medication than prescribed, using another person's prescription, or using the medications to obtain a high are all common ways of opioid abuse. Given the similar structure and impact on the body between illegal opiates like heroin and prescription opioids, increased awareness of the dangers of abusing such prescriptions is imperative to stopping the abuse epidemic and saving countless lives. If you find yourself struggling with prescription opioid abuse, consult a doctor and get help before it is too late. If you are struggling with pain, consider possible alternatives to opioids like Tylenol, ibuprofen, Aleve, and norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. Most of all, don't let an addiction get out of hand. Get help. Don't become another statistic.